Right now, it's about 07:14 and 15 seconds Central Daylight Time here in beautiful southeast Illinois, the land of white squirrels, otherwise known as Olney. And it's a beautiful morning. The birds are singing. Already, there's a lot of traffic out moving around. Whew, boy, I can go on about that for a while. The gnats have just gotten up and arrived, so this is going to be a relatively short video. I was just meditating this morning during breakfast. Had my usual cup of coffee and my little frozen croissant with its sausage and egg and cheese on it. And but I was meditating this morning about something that happened yesterday. I went to a little church. My friend Cindy Lou, who came by and picked me up, and took me out to her little church out west of Noble, Illinois, the Glenwood Christian Church. Wonderful people out there, and enjoyed and participated in the worship service. And there was, excuse the truck, there was communion passed, and then afterwards there was a meal for all the congregants, and it was quite impressive. You see, Saturday they had a celebration there celebrating the graduates, the children who had graduated from various schools, and whether they'd be homeschooled or schooled in the public school system or whatever. And there was so much food from that celebration that there was enough left over to feed the entire congregation after services on Sunday, which was really, really wonderful. And so to make the long story short, there was a fair amount I was actually even able to bring home. There was a lot of fried chicken left over, which was very good. I had some while I was there, and a bit of ham that I selected to bring home. Whenever I go to things like this, I try to be mindful of the needs of others, and try to also think about maybe other people in my neighborhood or within my community that are shut-ins or aren't so social, or for whatever reason aren't able to participate in things like this wonderful meal that they had at church. So I brought home some ham, and I brought home some chicken, and I messaged and called around a little bit to my neighbors. This is something God kind of inspires me to do, and see if they needed anything that I had a bounty of that was provided by God through this church. Now, let's get something straight right here and now. Doing this doesn't make me special. Nope. I'm just a mariner trying to get along on dry land. And mariners who engage in, like merchant mariners and stuff like that, back in the old days, captains ran tramp steamers. And they'd pick up something here, and it's like, okay, now that we got this aboard ship, where can we get it off at? So, good morning. Hello. And that's from, hello. And hello, and says hi. Hi. But nonetheless, let me continue on here, because I just have a little time. Well, that's what merchant mariners did. And in a way, that's what God asks us to do. We receive His love in many unexpected ways. And that love, we benefit from that. But we are also meant to share it. This is what our Lord taught us. And this is what I'm trying to do. So, is from Indonesia. Well, hello there. I hope things are going well there. But nonetheless, this is what I'm trying to do here in America. It seems like we've become somewhat mean-spirited, especially with the current administration. And a lot of us are kind of disheartened by that. I know I am sometimes. But this is a way to resist that. This is a way to draw back closer to what God means for us to be. He means for us to grow, especially as adults. Grow back to being nicer and kinder to one another, and to understanding each other, and to looking out for each other, and to sharing his love with one another. Sometimes it can be a bit of a heavy lift, but it's really what we're here to do. And when we do this, we improve ourselves before God, and we reflect his countenance, his true countenance, to one another. And I wish I could send some of this love overseas. I really do. But unfortunately, I can't. So I have to start with the neighborhood I'm in. And that's what we all have to do. And as we do this, then the reputations of those around us can improve, besides our own. And if we all take an even strain under this program, this way we start making America truly great again. But we have to do this, first in our neighborhoods, and still pray for the rest of the world that we can't necessarily reach directly. We have to be mindful of all the other people in the world, and to treasure them just as much as we treasure our neighbors, because they are treasures. God created each and every one of us, no matter where we are in this world, for a purpose. And we may not understand it, we may not necessarily agree with it, but if we come together and learn to appreciate things, not just from our own eyes, but from the eyes of others, those disagreements become less important and more something for the topic of civil discussion. And we have the opportunity in each and every moment of our days to set an example of leadership by guiding our own little vessels that our bodies are, towards something greater and higher. And we need to remember that although we are Americans here, that we serve ultimately God, who is over us, and he's watching us. God is always watching us. So this is just kind of a friendly reminder to everybody to take a look out and see what kind of opportunities present themselves to you, and reach out in kindness. Look at these things that may pop up in your life and say, gee whiz, how can I make this a kindness that I can pass on to someone else? So if we do that today, then maybe truly we can elevate ourselves, not only as Americans, but also as people under God, and begin to restore our reputation as citizens of a country that for so many years so many other nations have looked up to. And we can resist in this passively, in a way, the trends that seem to be emanating out of the current administration. Maybe we can even reach them by our examples and celebrate them and change hearts and minds. I know it may seem like a stretch at the moment, but it's always possible. And I know it is, because it's happened to me. And if it's happened to me, It can happen to anybody. True? So, there you go this morning. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. I'm actually listening to Bob Harris on BBC Two. I'll go ahead and provide a link in the description of the video so you can listen to him too. A lot of great music from back in the 70s that Bob has. And of course, on the BBC, there's so much fun stuff on BBC Two. There's Bob Harris and, of course, Lisa Tarbuck. Oh my gosh. Oh, the love of my life that I'll never meet. It's always fun to have a crush again. So, but yeah, so there you go. Take a look at the BBC Two and, punch in pop and rock, and you'll see several different channels, and you can find different genres or different eras there that they tackle, and they're all good. And they'll put you in a good mood. And remember, be kind today and every day. So that's everything I got for you. Y'all have a great day. Good luck and Godspeed, and we'll see you around town.